Hello, everyone. This is Deanna Mayo coming to you live from Confident Voice Studio. And today I want to welcome you to our Teacher Spotlight with Samantha Hughes.
Hello.
So this is Samantha. She's one of our teachers here at Confident Voice Studio. She's teaching voice, piano, songwriting, guitar, ukulele, and more. She's a vocal performance graduate from Portland State University and a working performing musician. So today we're going to ask her some really tough questions. We're going to and get to know her a little bit better. So we'll start with a really, really tough one. What's your favorite color, Samantha?
Oh, well, I love nature-y colors, but mostly like deep greens and deep purples are my favorite.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm a big purple fan myself.
Yeah.
And what about a favorite dessert or snack?
I love ice cream. I could
Yeah.
eat ice cream every day. Yeah.
So when you eat ice cream, what are some of your go-to flavors?
Mm, Pistachio is my
Oh,
favorite. Yeah.
okay.
Rocky Road, close second. Anything chocolate, really.
Yeah. You know, pistachio is one of those flavors that people really either love or don't. And
Yeah.
my grandmother was actually a huge pistachio fan.
Mm,
Yeah. My mom would make her a pistachio cake for her birthday every year.
yum.
Yeah, delicious. Maybe we'll have to do that sometime.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. So let's see here. Let's dive into music questions a little bit here. If you could jam with any musician, dead or alive, maybe might you pick?
Oh my goodness. How do you pick just one? I mean, I would want somebody from every genre so that I could absorb their genius. Um, but I don't know, probably somebody from the 60s, like Janis Joplin, or I would really love to jam with oh, Joan Jett would just be
Okay.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And she's,
So
that's still a possibility.
absolutely. So kick butt women rockers sounds like a trend.
Absolutely.
Yeah, all right.
Oh, yeah.
So besides kick butt women rock, what other music sort of sets you on fire?
Oh, well, I really love classical. I love minimalist classical music, like Philip Glass and that sort of thing. And I also really love French Impressionism when it comes to vocal music. And there are a lot of art songs that are French Impressionist that are just so beautiful. They're watery and uh, and full of angst, which is my
Yeah.
favorite. Yeah,
Oh,
anything
yeah.
sad. Yeah.
So that trend sort of comes from, so it starts with the French Impressionist angsty, and then it moves through history to the Janis Joplin, Joan Jett sort of female rockers, right?
Yeah.
Angsty, yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
What do you think excites you or you enjoy the most about teaching music?
It's just so amazing to connect with someone on a, a level that's a musical level, that is something that is so passionate, and it brings out so much love in me that when I see someone else really get it when we're talking about music, and then they're finding their voice, I think that is magical.
Yeah, and it's not just voice, like singing voice either. It's also
Right.
expression through their instrument too, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Their
love
their
that.
own their own way of expressing whatever's in their soul. If I can bring that out, that's pretty special.
Wave of expressing their soul. That was very French impressionistic, if you ask me.
Can't help
So,
it.
yeah, I love it. If you could go back, in time and be a fly on the wall in your own life experience, or if we were making a movie of your life, and you had to pinpoint the person or the experience that sort of inspired you the most to be a musician, what do you think that would be?
Well, I think there were several. My earliest was probably in high school when I had a music teacher, Dennis Hunt, who was just so encouraging, and so he saw something in me that I didn't see, that I didn't really know was there. And he just really encouraged my enthusiasm and my passions. And he gave me a platform, and he said, well, if you want to do it, this is what we're going to do. And so I did. And it was something I'd never done before, perform or get in front of an audience and do something scary that was outside of my comfort zone. But he gave me so much confidence. So that was a big one. The other one was when I decided to do my own music. And I was in this production for Game of Thrones musical experience. And it was this huge Hollywood thing. And I was on stage in front of thousands of people, and I just couldn't believe that I was lucky enough to be there. And I was looking around and I was thinking, my goodness, like, how did this happen? And there was a lead singer who went on tour with the whole Game of Thrones thing all over the United States. And I was looking at her and listening to her, and I thought to myself, I think that I could do that.
Yeah.
And I don't know what exactly led me to believe that. Maybe it was because I was already on the stage right next to her, but I just was so inspired by her. And I guess it just seemed so real to me then that I never gave up that, well, this is the dream, but this is also reality. And that really showed me that I could be in a place where I wanted to be with music. Yeah. That it wasn't some esoteric idea. It was reality.
It was real. And it was
possible. Yeah, exactly. So that was pretty eye-opening for me. And that's when I decided to write my own music and to start my own project and to do something that was outside of what I'd ever done before. So that was a total expression of me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you help your students to do that as well, I know. So in addition to voice, you also play instruments. You play guitar, you play piano, you play ukulele. Are there other instruments and you're also writing your own music too. So are there any other instruments that you're playing now or that you would love to play?
Well, I also play the flute. The flute was my very first instrument.
Okay.
And I've never really quit the flute. I took it all the way into college and played jazz in college. I've always wanted to play the cello, and I've never really had the opportunity because cellos are hard to come by. But the cello is just so beautiful, those low tones, and there's just something really, really like chocolatey about it. And, it's just beautiful. So yeah, I've always wanted to play the cello. And also I think the drums seem just a little bit intimidating to me. And that's why I want to do it.
Sure.
I think that playing the drums would also expand my musical horizons, my musical brain. Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, I think taking on any new instrument does that, or any new, writing in a new genre or any project really just stretches us so beautifully and uncomfortably. And yeah. I mean, I think that's one of the things about teaching that I enjoy so much is that if I stay learning, if I stay growing, I always remember what it's like to have that beginner's mind, and so I can connect more meaningfully with my clients, my students, because
totally.
you get really good at something and then you kind of forget what it's like to be new. But if we keep challenging ourselves, we never forget.
Yeah, and there's always new inspiration to be found in a new instrument. There are new songs that you didn't know were under those fingers.
Yeah.
That suddenly present themselves.
Absolutely. So what do you listen to when you need a pick-me-up or to get inspired?
Well, I really like punk music these days, which has a lot of
punk music.
Just really like like in your face punk music, not necessarily like sad or, but energetic and
Mhm.
just like, you know, that kind of feeling. And there are a lot of new bands coming out of Australia actually right now that are really inspiring to me. There are a lot of women who are rocking out and doing more for the punk scene than I was aware of, that women were a part of, if that
Very
makes
cool.
sense. Yeah.
Absolutely. Love that. Let's switch gears a little bit. Talk a little bit
Okay.
about the act of teaching, and specifically, teaching live streaming online lessons. So obviously we're not in the same place right now. We're connecting. We're learning about you. For those out there that are a little iffy about the idea of learning online, I'd love to know, what are some of your favorite things about, live streaming online lessons?
Well, I love that it's still a way to connect, and it's a way to bring something into your very own space that you wouldn't have otherwise. Like, you usually go to a place, and there's just something nice about bringing the music into your own space. There's something very comfortable about that, and I think sometimes that can help us relax in a way that we wouldn't have normally. I really look forward to seeing every single one of my students every week. It's really nice to see them. So,
Yeah. Now, what people watching right now might not know is that not only do you teach adults, but you also work with younger students as well. What would be one of the things that you'd like parents to know most about you as a person?
oh, well, I mean, we were all once kids, you know, like we all start out as hungry for knowledge, and I would have loved to have music lessons when I was little. I didn't. I didn't start playing the flute until 6th grade, and even then I didn't have private lessons. And some of these kids are having a leg up on not only their musical skills, but like music just sort of crosses over into every single bit of their brain. Like they learn how to communicate, they learn how to have discipline, they have um, it creates connections in the brain that otherwise wouldn't be there, and I think that really gives them a leg up on life.
I agree. I mean, the idea of working with other musicians, you learn teamwork and communication skills. Certainly, performing, you build confidence, whether that's
Oh
on
yeah.
stage and in person or on camera. The benefits really just never end when it comes to music ed. And you're right. Like, I started playing the percussion. I had a snare drum that I lugged to school. Well, I guess we had a recorder type instrument in like the 4th grade, but not private lessons. And then I played snare drum like in 5th grade, which it was about as big as I was. So I wasn't really motivated to play it because I had to carry it, to school. And then
That's
I
really
really,
cute.
really, yeah, it was pretty funny. And then I got, more serious about singing. I'd say 7th and 8th grade, but still, I didn't have private lessons until I was an adult. I did all of my learning in small group or medium sized group experiences, and I'm so grateful for that because I learned how to be a great team member, how to collaborate, how to listen better, how to sing in time with people, and I would never trade it for anything. Sounds like your Dennis Hunt and my Ann Wells Sanders would have gotten along really well.
Probably.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's going to be it for our time with Samantha for today. I want to thank you so much for hanging out with me, Samantha. This was really fun.
It was my
And
pleasure.
yeah, and I really look forward to everyone who's watching getting a chance to meet you in the virtual studio or the in-person studio and having a fantastic time learning and growing and having fun. That's the number one thing. If it's not fun, why are we doing it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So with that, we'll say goodbye to Samantha and to all of you, and we'll see you in the studio soon. Bye for now.
Bye.